Hey guys, it's John. So this is a CD review for the New Found Glory album, Resurrection. I know some of you may be thinking it's a little early for that, and I mean they did only post it online for like an hour or something, but I ended up just ripping the audio anyway. Even though for some reason it didn't transfer to my iPod that well, it kept cutting off the songs, but anyway. So it's not like I only heard the songs once. I've heard it through like 2.5, 3 times already. So I'm gonna go like song by song, kind of give an idea what I think of each song, but then I'm gonna give sort of like an overall feel to it, what I think anyway. So I don't have them in order. I just actually have them just in alphabetical order because I never really cared to figure out the track listing. But basically, here we go. Angel. I think it's an okay song. I guess I'm gonna peg it as the slow song in the album because I mean they always have one slow song except for maybe like the Coming Home album where all of them were pretty slow. But I mean the last album had oh god, what'd that one have? What was it? What the fuck was it? Caught in the Act. That one wasn't even really that slow, and then I don't know, not important. But anyway, I mean, it kind of reminds me of Sunny a little bit because it's slower, but it's not like a softer song. It's still like heavier, which is cool. I mean, I don't necessarily mind slower songs like I Don't Want to Know from Catalyst or something like that. But I mean, it's not a bad song overall. I just feel like recurring theme on this album, I feel like it's missing something. It's missing like a really good hook to it, you know. I don't know. So I mean, it's not a bad song. Degenerate, I think it's pretty good overall. I really don't like the chorus at all because I feel like with Jordan's lyrics on this album, he's writing too many lyrics, and like he's trying to sing too much. I mean, I feel like Steve had a better handle on lyric writing because I mean he left a lot of spaces, a lot of pauses, and Jordan's just trying to get out like as many words as he possibly can, and I don't know, less can be more sometimes. So I mean, I feel like he's overdoing it a little bit, and I feel like the chorus of Degenerate is definitely a good representation of that. But overall, it's an okay song. I mean, it's not my least favorite. It's not my favorite. Living Hell. I really, really do not like the guitar intro riff, which is played pretty much through the whole damn song. I don't know. I just don't think it's a good riff at all, and it just annoys the shit out of me. And I think it's probably one of the worst riffs that Chad's written, personally. I mean, maybe I'm overreacting. I don't know. I don't really think so, but I mean, I just don't like it. The song in general, I mean, it's okay, but I don't know. That riff just doesn't do it for me. Another song I don't like is On My Own. I mean, as a whole, it's not bad, but the chorus, I feel, just like Degenerate, it's just not good. The chorus is it's just a mess. I mean, he's trying to sing too much, and like words are just getting like mashed together, and I don't know. It's just not catchy to me. It's not one of those choruses that sticks in my head all day, like any of their older stuff, like Listen to Your Friends, or Radio Surgery, or fucking anything, you know. It's just not a chorus I don't think I'll ever be like humming in my head. It's just not good. Here's a Saving Grace. One More Round, I think, is a really, really good song. I remember hearing Chad doing that, like, I think he was recording the guitar for it in one of like the studio update videos or something, and I remember when I heard that riff, I thought it was really cool. So overall, I really like that song. I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite on the album, but it's definitely like top three for sure. I think it's a really good song. And I definitely think it would make a good single too. Persistent. I don't really have a lot to say about the song Persistent. It's not great. It's not bad. It's just one of those songs that just seems to be a little forgettable. Like a lot of the other songs, it's missing a really good hook. It's missing just something to make it catchier, you know? I don't know. I feel like it's kind of filler, to be honest. Ready and Willing. I've heard the song, you know, a bit more than the other ones because it's been out for a few weeks or days or whatever. And I don't know. I feel like it's a song that any pop punk band could have written. And I mean, I like to think New Found Glory is pretty unique. And I just feel like Ready and Willing sounds generic, and I feel like it's just not that good. And I really, really don't like the bridge at all, where they're doing like the gang vocals or whatever. It's, I mean, they've done good gang vocals before, but these ones I don't like at all. It really just didn't do it for me. And I tried learning the song maybe like a week ago or something, and I just couldn't get through it because I just didn't like the song. It just, I don't know. It's probably one of my least favorite on the album. Resurrection, the song. I like it a lot, except for the parts where Chad's doing his yelling parts. I really don't think it fits the song that well, and I think he overdoes it a little bit. I don't know. I mean, like he's done a lot of yelling in the past, but I mean, it was never too much, and it was never like as aggressive as he is in this song. I mean, like, I just feel like it's just not New Found Glory to me personally. Usually when he's yelling in like some of the other songs, he's like, it's not as like intense. It's not as like in your face, I guess, as he is in this song. I feel like he has, I don't know, more anger or something in this song. I don't know. Selfless. This one was the first song out, so I mean everybody really knows this one. I really don't like the lyrics very much in that song, and that's pretty much my only gripe with it. I mean, overall the song's okay. I mean, the guitar's all right. It's got a pretty good beat to it, but yeah, I really don't like the lyrics that much, and I really don't feel like it was the best first song to really pick. I mean, I feel like they could have picked a few other songs on this and it would have been a lot better, especially for a first single. Especially even Stories of a Different Kind. That one, I really like it. I like that it's faster. I feel like they've done a lot of faster songs recently. More so B-sides. Like they had a couple B-sides on Radio Surgery that were faster. And some that weren't B-sides, but whatever. And some of the faster ones are okay, but I mean, I really think they nailed this one. I think it was really good, and I think this would have made a really good first single, even though it might have gotten my hopes up a little too much. So, I mean, I guess with Selfless, I mean, I didn't love it, so I didn't really get my hopes up too much with the rest of the album, so I guess I wasn't really let down. This might be my favorite song on the album, Stubborn. I really like that one a lot. It feels like it's the most unique song on the album. Like, it just has a totally different feel to it, as just a really cool character to it, and I don't know, it seems like edgier, maybe, if that's the right word I'm thinking of. The only thing I don't really love about it is the guitar solo, if you want to call it that, during like the bridge or whatever. It's pretty weak. I mean, I feel like he could have done a lot better. Granted, his solos usually aren't anything crazy, but I feel like this one's just really generic pop punk, nothing special, just the same fucking shit that everybody does. But other than that, I think it's a really good song. So, Vicious Love, I like a lot. I think it has some really good albums. Has some really good lyrics to it. I think the lyrics are really cool in that song. Probably Might even be my favorite for the lyrics. I do like the lyrics in that one a lot. And it's a slower tempo song, which I usually don't love from New Found Glory. But this one was a really good one. I like this one. Probably one of their better slower tempo songs. And the worst song on the album, the last song on the album, called "The Worst Person," mix that up a little bit. Not the worst song on the album, but I wouldn't say it's the best either. I feel like it's kind of like Persistent, where it just gets kind of lost, and I feel like there's nothing really making it unique or making it catchy or anything like that. It's missing a really good hook, and that's kind of where I feel for most of the album. I mean, there's some guitar riffs that save certain songs, I think, and there's some songs that just can't really be saved without just completely changing the lyrics. And I mean, we'll never really know if the reason why this album is the way it is because Steve isn't there anymore. I mean, we all know he wrote most, if not all, the lyrics, but I don't know if a lot of people realize that not only did he write the lyrics, but when someone writes lyrics, he really has like a specific vocal, what's the word I'm thinking of, delivery in mind, like with phrasing and just the way he's going to sing it. Like, I'm sure Steve knew like how Jordan should sing certain songs, like on the older albums, and I'm sure he gave him ideas on how to do it. And I feel like Jordan just wasn't used to trying to figure that out himself. If he was the only one trying to figure it out, I don't know. But I feel like Steve really had a bigger part in New Found Glory than people realize. And it's not even just that New Found Glory's just changed, whether or not it is a resurrection or not. I mean, just look at some of the stuff they came out with on that last live album that had those couple bonus songs. Connect the Dots was fucking awesome. I loved that song. That was probably one of the better songs I've heard from them in a long time. So, I mean, I don't think it's something that they just changed. I feel like they just are missing a huge piece of New Found Glory. And granted, I can see why he's missing. I mean, all the shit that happened with him, but I feel like it hurt him a lot. And meaning New Found Glory, I feel like it hurt them as a band with the fact that they just don't have a big part of what they were anymore. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the album as a whole, I could kind of take it or leave it. I really don't think it's that great of an album. I feel like it's probably the worst album they've put out in a very long time, possibly since their first album. I'm really not a fan of their first album that much. But that's really only because of the quality. I mean, the songs themselves aren't bad. So, I mean, I could possibly even put this as my least favorite album of theirs. I don't know. I mean, some people might not like maybe Coming Home or something because that was a very big difference. But, I mean, even then, they still nailed the songs and they still made it really catchy. And granted, it wasn't necessarily pop punk or whatever. It was a lot more polished and kind of preppy, I guess. But I don't know. This album, I just feel like the songs I like, great. You know, I'll keep them on my iPod and whatever. But I feel like the songs that I don't like, I don't think they're gonna grow on me. I mean, there isn't really much I like about them at all. And, you know, it really does suck to say that. I mean, I really don't want to dislike them, but I just feel like it's just not the New Found Glory that I was hoping for, and it's not the New Found Glory that I've been listening to since 2002. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll come around. Maybe I won't. I don't know. So, we'll see. If you have any questions or comments or whatever, feel free to leave them below. And if you have any suggestions for future CD reviews, leave them below. I mean, I may or may not take some suggestions. You never know. Sometimes I'm looking for new stuff to listen to. So, yeah, that's about it. So thanks for watching.